Sunil Whittle, and I am currently an MFA for Creative Writing student, and this excerpt is my contribution to Campus Lit Week 2024. I was in love with a man once. Once. I was stupid. Worse yet, I thought he loved me back. Did I say stupid? 23 years done past and I still love him, though it has faded some, meaning the effect he does have on me when I happen to see him don't hurt as much anymore. Lucky for me, I don't see him anywhere at all. That big man who used to come and give me a bedtime hug. That big man who say he loved me. Imagine big jackass me watch my good self in the mirror and say to myself, is you he want? You could imagine that? That was the first mistake. Lying to yourself will have you in the cane with your pants around your ankles. Or worse yet, dead like a samp with your 2 foot in the air. That is what love could do. Love could make you watch your own face in the mirror and lie to yourself. You yourself want your own self. How the man go want you? I was intelligent before love. And I didn't have the looks, but I always had sense. At least that is what my mother and my report book used to say. Look at how love make all of we liars. I can remember the first day I did see him like it just happened. I was in a classroom and a loud talking man was coming down the hall. Yes, sir. That is the kind of man he was. The kind that will make you pay attention by letting you know he needs attention. But it was too late. By that time, the music did done start to play. In my mind, of course, not out loud. I'm not crazy. The voice entered the room first, and the nose followed speedily behind. What a nose! I almost laughed out, because little bit again, and everybody could have seen his thoughts. The white shirt was tucked down in the pants so hard you would swear he was a serviceman. Oh yes, the beauty was beautying, but in the most aggressive and masculine manner that I could not help but be intrigued. And it catch me off guard too, because up until then, I did never like a man one day in my life. But the music was playing, so I did already swept away. The song named Lilac Wine. It was from a woman named Nina Simone. My mother used to play it when I was small. That is what started to play. Soft, soft, soft. But nobody seemed to be hearing it because not a body looked up from their work. To think of it, nobody seemed to notice him either. So between you and me, I couldn't do nothing but lay awake at night studying this man. I swear, I cry so much, I decided to drink extra water just so I would have tears when I reach home. Preparation is key, you know. Why I crying? But that's not obvious. How I could not cry? This love was so pure and so sweet that I couldn't stop weep. It was to a point when my mother and them was very concerned, telling me about how this can't be healthy and that I have to snap out of whatever this is. Now, I'm not trying to be unkind or disrespectful, but I never know my mother to ever have a man. I don't even know who my father is. So I just don't think that she could ever understand what I feeling, what we were feeling. Not only was I in love with this man, but we were much more than romantic love. We was connected spiritually. I know, that song a little out there, and truly I would have laughed at myself too, if it wasn't happening to me, if you understand. I would lie down there in my bed sometimes from Friday night to Sunday night, just thinking about this man's beauty and just how we was meant for each other. I would sing the lilac wine song soft, soft to myself and picture a quiet, simple wedding with just us. Somehow, whenever I see the wedding scene play out, I was always in my nightie and socks. That probably means that he would love me just as I is, nightie and all. Then I would giggle into my pillow and sing the song over again, soft, 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 until it was time to cry again. One day, I think it was a Sunday evening, my mother come in the room and sit down next to me on the bed. She hold my hand and kiss it and hold it to her face, and I realized that she was crying. I find it was so nice of her to come and join me. After a while, she kind of pulled me into her lap and was crying even harder than me, holding me tight, tight, tight. These didn't feel like happy tears though. So I hug her back and I tell her that whatever it is, it will be all right. Now, I stopped going to school because I couldn't care to fight up with the schoolwork. Honestly, it was the best decision I ever made because now I could concentrate on planning a future with my mister. It's a day I in the bed thinking my usual thoughts when I hear confusion outside in the yard. I hear my mother's voice loud, loud. And if you know anything about my mother, that is something that just don't happen. Well, I had to get up and see what's going on. It's because when I reach in the doorway, I see my neighbor, Miss Miller, my secondary school English teacher. She talking about is a real shame I can't go to school and how I too bright to end up so. So how is what I want to know. What she mean by that? Ain't nothing wrong with my child, my mother said. It's just a small setback. Ain't nothing wrong with my child. Nothing wrong with me. I couldn't help myself. It jumped out my mouth before I could study manners and brought up see. Go back inside. The way my mother whip around and glare at me, I had my ass right back in my bed and pull my coverlet up quick, quick, and hold my breath and lie down still so that if she come inside, it could look like I disappear. Then she will be so sad I disappear, she will forget she vex. But what I really want to know is, what outer place Miss Miller mean when she say, I can't go to school and I end up so? I could damn well go to school if I want. I just don't want. If I go to school, who will stay home and think about my good mister? Some next body that is who? She only bad mind and move along. Well, I ain't even had time to be vexed because same speed my mother come inside and come straight by my door. Darling, I hold my breath so I could disappear. You know that woman so good. She know I was there. She come and sit down on the bed next to me, pull along the coverlet and ask, you good? Then she hugged me up and start to cry again. So, I have it on my mind to tell this man that I love him. I had to hatch a plan since these days every time I try to leave the house, my mother like she just get in a panic. And when I ask her what happened, she'll just give me a kind of sideways smile and then lead me back inside. It's a day I lie down in the bed that it come to me. I was going to wait until my mother was asleep and walk down to the school where I would leave my notebook on his desk with the message in it. So confident was I in this plan that I didn't even write my name or his name. I just know when he see it, he would instinctively turn to the right page in the middle of the book and see my three little words and know it was from me. Picture it. 9:47 that night, when I see my mother light turn off, I get up quiet like a mouse. Frenetic like a mouse, but quiet with it same time. I jump up quick and then study. I should fold up my coverlet because how it go look if my mother come in the room and I not there, and worse yet, the bed not make. You know what I mean? But I decide shit that. I ain't had time for that shit. I had to get out of the house before I get intercept. So, I put on my socks and then I study. I need to find a scarf to tie my head because how it go look, I walking on the road in my nightie and I don't have a scarf on my head. I know better than to let the dew fall on me. So see me digging in my chest of drawers, fighting with the underwear them, looking for a suitable scarf that say sophisticated but focused, but not one that will clash with my nightie. Finally, my hand land on a blue tartan plaid one I did get from Keisha St. Bernard mother when I used to help Keisha with she maths lesson. So I tie my head quick, turn off my light and head out. I close the front door quiet behind me and tiptoe down the three little front steps. My ankles start to crack so loud it might as well be gunshots. So now I walk in stiff and slow. Because if my mother only hear me two legs rub together as I pass under she window, me cuckoo cock. Halfway down the street, I stop dead in my tracks. I have to go back home. I can't concentrate, so I have to go back and fold up the kiss me ass coverlet. More to come.